Hey y'all, it's Bluff City Life with Gina Neely. Of course, I'm Gina Neely, but I'm not in the studio today. I am in the beautiful outdoors, and it is a beautiful day, thank goodness. Look at all this greenery and beautifulness behind us. But today, ladies, I want to kind of speak with you because I feel like this segment here is just kind of for the little girl in us. When you think about fairy tales and fairy gardens and being a princess, well, I have a girl here who's actually living it out. Live and in living color. Let me introduce to you Miss Pam Martin. Hey, Pam.
Hey, Gina.
Girl, like this is absolutely positively beautiful.
Thank you.
I got a real live princess here.
Oh, gosh.
No, this is beautiful.
Thank you.
So Pamela Martin has created a fairy garden in her backyard. Okay, just let that simmer with you a minute. A fairy garden in her backyard. Think about just walking out your back door and just having beauty all around you. That's what you have created an oasis of love.
Well, thank you.
Can I say that?
Yes, you can. Thank you.
So tell me, what made you want to have a fairy garden?
Of course, I've always believed in fairy tales, and honestly, it started when my youngest daughter got married about 11 years ago.
Okay.
And we bought a concrete church that we loved, and for her guest table and to use at the church. So after it was over, I thought, what am I going to do with this concrete house? So I just stuck it out in the yard, and then my husband gave me another house for Mother's Day, a concrete house. It just started from there, and it started with one little fairy garden, and then it's just grown exponentially. So I find things everywhere. I start looking for things and just started collecting, and I've got a box, just start putting things in it. But I found a little ladybug house in Oxford, Mississippi. Oh. I found a little solarium that's up there.
That's my daughter's nickname, Ladybug. I love a beautiful ladybug.
Okay, I'll show you the house.
Yes, by all
And
means.
then there's a solarium I bought in North Carolina, just in the junk shop, and I just look for things that could stay in the yard, if it's marble
weather
tin,
and everything, yeah.
weather, and just things like that.
So no matter where you go, you're always thinking about your garden back here, like what can I add to it?
Yes.
And how many years would you say it has taken you to accumulate this?
About 11.
11 years.
Mm-hmm.
11
So,
years.
and in the meantime, my little granddaughter, when she was about 8, we went to the Memphis Botanic Gardens, and we took some fairy garden classes to make houses. And so I've got one here I can show you real quick. And anyway, it's this. She made this seal mashburn.
Beautiful.
Isn't that adorable?
Yes. Got a little door.
And they have a good little 2.5, 3 hour class that you can go in, and they have everything prepared for you, and you just sit down and you make your fairy garden house.
Oh. And you're also creating, I want to say, really like almost like a legacy or just a tradition for your granddaughter, so maybe she can show her daughter, when she has her or whatever. But
yes.
I just think it's beautiful. We have traditions that, especially traditions of love.
Right.
They just resonate so differently.
Right.
And they mean so much.
Right.
Now, how does your husband feel about all this?
He loves it.
He does?
He thinks it's great. He supports me, in anything I do, so I'm very appreciative of that.
Very, very nice. Well, I tell you, look at that.
See, I have to pick up the leaves.
Look, she's out here in all this greenery. She's worried about a weed and picking up leaves because this is like full of leaves and greenery. So at this point, you can just make it all pretty. So now, is there a certain time of the year that you do you ever open up your home, like just for maybe private parties or like little girl fairy tale parties or tea parties?
We do have parties, and we've had a little fairy garden tea party out here before, and but most of it's just for friends, friends and family. But we just whenever we see something that we like, we just get it for the yard and for the fairy garden. So
yes, Pam is going to show me how she go about creating and critiquing when she's building out her garden for anything that's new. So you get the house and you kind of build upon that. And she's going to also show us how we can create our own little gardens in our own backyards to have our own memories and our own space of love. We'll be right back after the break.